Hey guys, so today's tutorial is on spinning under the legs, or UTL as it's sometimes abbreviated. It's not terribly difficult. In fact, if you can do these kind of real turns where the poi rotate behind your head for a second and then back out behind your back, you've already done a whole lot of the training for this. Essentially, under the legs moves are exactly the same thing as those turns where the poi rotates behind your head, right? It's just a matter of putting them in a different spot, and that spot just happens to be narrower than all the other spots that you've used so far. So you got to train yourself to use that spot. Here's how we're going to go about it. You're going to start off with the poi rotating forwards in wheel plane, and as it's rotating forwards in wheel plane, you're going to reach down between your legs and you're going to catch the poi head behind your back. You're going to want to try and get it as high as the small of your back, right? If your poi is shorter, you can catch it slightly lower, but I would say no lower than about the nape of the small of your back, right? And I know the way it looks. There are some moves that it's impossible to learn without exposing yourself to a little bit of laughter here. So, after a few times getting it through and being pretty comfortable about making that target every time, you're then going to take a step with your right foot and you're going to swing around, pivoting on your left foot as such. And you'll note that the poi rotated behind my back as I made that turn. Again, I let it go up, and the moment it goes between my legs, I've taken the step with my right foot. Now my right foot is facing towards the camera, and the poi appears to be going reverse, according to my perspective at least, right? Now what about going back? Well, let's try taking the same steps, except this time, instead of reaching forwards and under, we're going to reach behind ourselves and under. Once again, catch the poi head as it does this. You want to be about even with your belly button when you catch it. This will ensure that you've got enough line to get through reasonably well. And again, that moment right when it enters that space between your legs, you're going to rotate around, and the poi should automatically rotate and drop back out. Going the other direction, yeah? So now we've got a forwards rotation and a reverse rotation. And bear in mind, it doesn't matter which foot you're doing the pivot on. I could just as easily be doing it on my right foot and then back again on my right foot, yeah? Cool. So now that you've worked out the basics of that, and honestly, I really recommend just drilling, going back and forth with these turns. See how few steps you can do this in. Going back the other way, of course. Sorry, I'm on a hilltop here. After you've done that a whole bunch, it's time to start taking this into a wall plane kind of place. Now, it's still fundamentally a turn in wall plane, but the difference here is that you're going to be switching the orientation of your feet as you're doing it, and this is kind of tricky. Start off with your right foot forward and turn your entire body towards your right foot, yeah? Now, the easy way to do this would be to pop up through your legs and take a step forward with your left foot, right? That's always going to displace you in space. The other way you can do it, and this takes being really fast on your feet, is that as soon as the poi is up in front of you, you're going to switch the orientation of your feet such that your feet are even, and you're going to switch them again so that your left foot is forward, and the poi should fall straight back out again, yeah? So, poi goes up, we reverse the order of the feet. Poi goes up, we reverse the order of the feet. You can go the other way too. Poi goes up, we reverse the order of the feet. Poi goes up, we reverse the order of the feet. Poi goes up, reverse the order of the feet. So on and so forth, yeah? And you could even work your way back and forth on that. Once again, see how many beats, or see how few beats you can go back and forth with on that, yeah? Once you've got all that down, and you've gotten it down with both hands, because of course you've been practicing it with both hands, right? You can try doing funky things like thread the needles that involve going back and forth between your legs. You could also try doing weaves that go underneath your legs, which I'm terrible at, so I'm not going to bother demonstrating them. But essentially, you'll just find that there's all kinds of things, like, say, if you're playing around with flowers, you'll find moments when you can get the poi underneath your legs. As you're doing turns, you'll find the same thing. Play around with this and see where those moments catch you, yeah? Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be back with another tutorial next week. Peace.